important turn. Times Now has learned crucial details that is coming in from the accused Sia's statement to the police, which reveals that the plot to kill Ketan was first made on the 31st of May. Now, the investigators claim that the Lohagarh fort was chosen as the murder spot to make Ketan's death appear to be an accident. And according to the police sources, the accused Chetan and Sia made several failed attempts on the 4th of June and on the 14th of June and on other occasions before carrying out the actual murder that happened successfully, unfortunately, on the 18th of June. But the police are now piecing together the sequence of events as the investigation continues. So let's get you an understanding exactly what we are now looking at, according to the police and the accused, that made not one but several attempts, especially when it comes to killing of Ketan, and over a span of at least 3 weeks. So let's talk about these multiple attempts that have been made. First attempt, what is being said, that was made on the 31st of May, followed by another attempt that was made on the 14th of June, and reportedly around that time that, to save him from a snake, that was an, alleged excuse that was made by Sia. But however, it had grown certain suspicions in Ketan's mind because time and again, Sia was inviting him again to Lohagarh fort. Now, meanwhile, police is also further alleging that the third attempt that was made on the 18th of June, however, unfortunate, was successful after Ketan allegedly was pushed off the cliff. So on the 31st of May, first attempt was made, the fall that was shielded by bushes as Ketan saved himself. The second attempt, what is happened on the 14th of June, that failed because of the crowd at Lohagarh. And of course, if there was a reported snake or an excuse that was made up by Sia. And the third attempt that happened on the 18th, that succeeded after Chetan pushed Ketan off the cliff. So that seems to be the latest update that is now coming across. Let's connect with Paras as well. And we also have advocate Ashutosh Srivastav, who is joining us here on the broadcast, who is defending Sia Goel. But in the meantime, Paras, we are now piecing as far as the pictures that the police investigation, and of course, when it comes to different versions that are now coming across, what Sia now seems to be projecting herself as a victim rather than the accused.
Rightly said, as per the statement, as per the Pune police sources, there have been a certain statement which has been told by the Sia Goel in this entire matter. It is very, very much important to verify all the statements.
Paras, apologies. I'm told that the guest is connected with us, Advocate Ashutosh Srivastav ji. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us here on the broadcast. Can you tell us a little bit about, because this case has been sensationalized to an effect, that how can a young woman go to such an extent, especially in a marriage that reportedly she did not want? So what is that now you're looking to defend Sia?
See, first of all, this matter is under investigation. The police is investigating, and so far as my client is concerned, she is cooperating in the investigation. Whatever information she is having, she has been providing it to the police so that the investigating team can reach to a proper conclusion. Now, as we know that on the earlier occasion, the court has granted PCR, police custodial remand, for 7 days. And now she is going to be produced on 29th, that is coming Monday, before the court. And then the court will see whether further, interrogation is required, or she should be transferred to the magistrate custody. So I think it will be too initial stage to comment on anything. But as we know, initially the police had registered the case for accidental death. However, considering certain, aspects of the matter, now they are investigating the matter in the murder, probe. So now let's see how it goes, because there has to be sufficient evidence to prove the guilt.
Because that is, of course, how the law works. But Mr. Srivastav, was your client under any undue pressure, coming from the family side or somewhere else, that she was forced into this marriage?
As of now, we are into the discussion with our client, and there have been, some sort of discussions about it. So the time will come, and then we will put our proper, case before the court, and will defend her in her, considering her side of the story. And everything will come onto the people to know. At present, I would say that nothing has been, proven And she has all the right to be defended, and she has the right to have a free and fair trial, which we are trying
family,
to
Mr.
provide to
Srivastava,
her.
because they are coming out to say that the entire family of Sia may have been involved, but Sia's family has a completely different version to say. I mean, they want action to be taken against their daughter if she is indulged in such a criminal activity.
See, every citizen of this country would say that if she is proven guilty, then she should be punished. But whether she will be proven guilty or not will depend on the trial and the charge sheet which the police will file after their proper investigation. So the investigation report is going to be a very crucial, stage for the defense, for Sia in this case.
No, because Srivastava, I'm saying that because even Sia's parents are not coming out in their daughter's defense, and they have broken their silence and giving their side of the story in Ketan Agarwal's murder case. I just want to quickly play out their reactions as well, because they have been rejecting the claims that their daughter was unhappy with the engagement, and they said that Sia never expressed any dissatisfaction after the match was finalized and appeared to be happy with the relationship. So we'll just need to play out what Sia's parents are now of the opinion.
यह मामला सुन के मुझे इतना शौक लगा कि ये कैसे हो गया और क्या मेरा दिमाग में ऐसे हुआ कि क्या हो गया करके। जितना दुख उन्हें है केतन जी का, आज उससे ज्यादा दुख मुझे है कि एक नहीं दो परिवार डिस्टर्ब हो गए हैं। दोनों परिवारों में केतन जी भी इतने अच्छे थे, अगर किसी का इसमें दोष हो तो उसे सख्त से सख्त सजा होनी चाहिए, चाहे उसमें मेरी बेटी भी हो। अगर मेरी बेटी का दोष निकले तो जहां से केतन जी को गिराया गया या जो गिरे हैं वहां से ही उस दोषी को गिराया जाए।
जो कुछ हुआ ये बेहद दुखद घटना हुई है। हमें तो आज भी यकीन नहीं हो रहा है। उन्होंने तो अपना लड़का खोया है, पर उनका लड़का मेरा लड़का, उनके लिए ज़्यादा प्यार था मुझे उनसे, इतना लगाव हो गया था जैसे कि मैं खुद अपने आप उनको अपना बेटा समझने लग गया था। इतना प्यारा, इतना होनहार, अच्छा लड़का आज हमने खो दिया, उसके लिए हमें बेहद दुख है।
एक पिता के तौर पर आप आज क्या महसूस करते हैं?
एक पिता के तौर पे यही कहूँगा कि पहाड़ तो उनके ऊपर टूटा है, उनका बेटा खोया है, इससे बड़ी दुखद घटना और कुछ नहीं है।
Well, Srivastava ji, both families quite distressed, rightly so, but there is another angle, and that is the case of Chetan. So what is about Chetan's involvement? Has Sia spoken about, being in a relationship with Chetan, and if Chetan was involved when it comes to pushing Ketan off the cliff?
See, the statements are being recorded, and as we just heard the father and mother of Sia, and I think this is what they are saying, that if she is found guilty, she should be punished. But they have really lost a very nice would-be son-in-law, and we all understand that it is really a very, shocking incident. Whatever has happened is really, disappointing to everyone. There is no doubt on that. Now, so far as, both the accused are concerned, obviously the police is noting down their statements on each and every aspect. They might be good friends together, but and as you said, there are two angles to it. One is the friendship part. The other is the incidents what has taken place. Now, simply that they were into any sort of friendship with each other may not necessarily mean that they have committed this offense unless and until it is proven in the court of law. So as we know that every accused has the right to be tried in the court based on the investigation. And what are the evidences to support that, that saying or that kind of, statement?
No, we're not jumping to any conclusions, Srivastava ji, but, the investigation by the police till now has talked about several, hundreds of calls that apparently was made between the two accused. Then there is CCTV footage also coming just hours before the murder, both of them sitting in a cafe looking happy. And this is something where several of the videos and part of the engagement videos that have also been circulating. So many have been reading out of that, those particular videos that both of them look quite happy. So what is that reason that, an individual will take such an extreme step?
See, that's what I said, all these aspects, being together in the charge sheet has to be determined. Whether this CCTV footage, because CCTV footage, it is showing that this person. So, as I said, that my client is cooperating with the police. in the investigation, so that nothing is influenced and nothing goes beyond what is to be disclosed.
Mr. Srivastava ji, last question, sir. How do you plan to defend? I mean, as far as Sia's role is concerned, till the time that the investigation is not over, a conclusion is not reached, until the time the case is not presented before the court there. But what are we now looking at? Because what is now coming across is not one, but multiple attempts that were made to kill Ketan.
See, at present, obviously, she is going to be produced before the court, because her PCR is, the last PCR is getting over on 29th. So our defense on that day would be if the investigation has taken place properly and if she has cooperated in the investigation and there is nothing more to be ascertained from her directly, and the police has already gone to the site and they have collected whatever evidences they could have collected. So in that circumstances, then she should not be further detained in the police custody, but she should be sent to the normal jail. That is, we call it as MCR. So that should be granted to her. That would be our defense basically on that day, not on the trial part of it as of now, because obviously the police has the right to investigate.
Yes, a person has died, Mr. Srivastava. I mean, there is no coming back on that front. But who's behind that killing, and what made a person, indulge in sort of a criminal activity is also something that also needs to be looked into deeply. If this marriage could have been easily called off, then probably Ketan would have been alive today. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yes. All these facts will come up very soon, and everybody will come to know the real truth, even from the police who is doing their work very hard.
Yes, because there is enough sensationalism that has been added to that, but we have to stick with the facts and what the police investigation will lead up to this case. Thank you very much, Mr. Srivastava, for joining us here on Times Now. Appreciate you giving us your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right. In the meantime, let's shift focus to other news this morning when we talk about a political storm that seems to be brewing within Karnataka BJP over the allegations of cross-voting in the MLC elections. Now, 3-member fact-finding committee that is believed to have prepared an interim report on the issue and is also expected to submit it to the state BJP president B.Y. Vijendra when he returns to Dharamshala.